Wow. Alibaba has been on a rip for the last 2 weeks. Have you noticed? Like every few months, it rips up for 2 weeks and then falls back down. The question is this time going to be different? Remember, every time it hits the 117, 120 range, what happens? It falls right back down. If we take a look at the last 4 years or 5 years now, we can see, let me take out all these alerts here, make it more clear. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, still there. All right, let's see. So you can see it's just been trading in this range, right? 180 to 120. Last time it hit 117, went back down to 80. And then before that, it was January of 2023. My goodness. It went to what, 120 and went right back down. And then before that, it was June of 2022, 120 and went back down. So the question is this time going to be different? I'm so exhausted. But the thing is, with this time around, you don't see these gaps up like the last time. So last time I mentioned that the gaps were going to get filled, and guess what? It did. But this time around, I mean, there's not a lot of huge gaps. So maybe I'm hoping that we can break the 120 resistance and then stay above 120, and hopefully, magically it gets to 150 before it goes back down to 80. I mean, I hope, but I don't know, because right now the RSI is indicating that it is overbought. The difference between now and before is that Alibaba is the only Chinese stock that's running. Baidu, JD, all the other ones are really behind. So I don't know. No idea. I mean, there was really good news. The Apple collaboration, that's good. But they do have earnings next week. And once again, what happens on earnings day? It sells off. I'm not saying this just to say it. It's literally in the charts. Every time there's earnings, it sells off. And you can go back to every other earnings. And I did this the last earnings report, and I showed that every time it goes up the day before or stays flat and then sells off on the day of earnings. Same thing, the last earnings report and the earnings report before that and the earnings report before that. So the last, 5-6 earnings report, it has sold off on earnings day. So the question is this time going to be any different? Oh my goodness. I mean, I should have made money on Alibaba. But you know what? I have really bad luck, bad timing, because I buy calls when it doesn't go up. And by the time my calls expires, worthless, meaning go to zero, that's when the stock rallies, right? And like right now, do we get in right now? I mean, it's been on, like I said, it's been going up every single day since January 17th. So almost a month now. Whereas last time it went up in 2 weeks. This time, at least it's a gradual, but earnings is a huge one. And you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the trade. So right now, I don't know. I'm just going to have to see, is it going to stay, or is it going to go and stay above 120? That's really what I want. Stay and go to above 120 and go to 150. I mean, people are saying 200. I mean, I will love 200 because, I mean, when I first bought into Baba, it was at 250. I bought this stock when it was at 250. This was 3-4 years ago. And yes, it's so crazy that Palantir is almost at the same price as Alibaba. Actually quite sad. So I don't know. Let me know. Are you selling your shares, your options? I'm sure a lot of people did make money on Alibaba because, I mean, if you could buy calls every week, you're bound to make money. But for me, I just didn't have any more money, and I have such bad luck. Well, that's it. Let me know.